Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. So, so apologies. We had some technical difficulties with the videos that Dave and I recorded on Saturday. He was over near my house getting his hair cut, and we recorded 3 videos, and there was no sound because my microphone wasn't plugged in properly. So, you had 3 videos of us doing this, which was great if you could read lips, but if you can't read lips, well, this is not really going to work for you. And no, the closed captioning won't work because there's no audio track to close caption off of. So I posted a kind of something a project that I've been wanting to do that I just haven't done yet because I didn't think the timing was quite right, but went ahead and did anyways, which was I had a really popular video back in February where I was saying what are the signs that we need to see to know that the Trump era is coming to an end, and I wanted to see how well that had aged. So I did a little intro to it and posted that up on Sunday about noon at 1 o'clock. So thank you all for watching that. It seems to be pretty well received. What I want to do today is I want to talk. Dave and I did a video on Trump's greeting in Scotland, which I'm hoping that he and I will be able to do again because it was a lot of fun and we had a good time doing it. But he was caught cheating at golf at Trump's Turnberry golf course, and I just watched the clip of it. Someone had mentioned it in the comments, and so I thought, oh, that's got to be fun. So I took a look at the clip. My God, if any of you ever saw the movie Goldfinger, you know, Odd Job is out there dropping a Schlesinger ball for Goldfinger. It's almost exactly like they did in the movie. You see these 2 caddies walking. They're near a bunker and a water hazard, and all of a sudden this one caddy's walking. You see this golf ball just go blue, fly from the caddy right onto the fairway, and then Trump gets out of his golf cart and plays the ball on the fairway. And it's just like, it is so blatant. And they gave him the nickname Commander in Cheat as a result of that. He's been accused of cheating at golf for years and years and years. I think Samuel Jackson had actually said that he cheats at golf. Many others have said it. But, you know, here he is, and it's live for everyone to see. And someone was quoted in the article saying, you know, the fact that he's cheating isn't really that big a deal because we all know he does. It's watching MAGA try and spin it that he's not really cheating, that this was okay. He goes, that's the part that's really creeping me out. So let's this just a little fun potato chip reading. Let's take a look at Trump and his cheating ways, and is that going to come back and haunt him sometime in the future? Entertainment purposes only. Let's see what we got here. I can just move this up a little. You don't need to see my keyboard. Okay. So that's the energy around Trump and his cheating ways. Oh dear. It's just a 9 of Swords, just another nightmare scenario. You know, got caught. It was blatant. You know, you can't deny it. I mean, it's so there. You could try and deny it, but you've got evidence that proves that you did it. It's like when you got a little kid and he's got chocolate smeared all over his face, and you look at him and you say, were you eating chocolate? And they go, no, I wasn't eating chocolate. And the evidence is all over. It's like, you know, how dumb do you think we are here, right? Okay, so is there going to have some long-term impacts? Well, foundation is the 9 of Swords, definitely creating nightmares for people around him. Challenge is the Moon card. It's almost like this is almost becoming a mental health reading. You know, he's losing his mind, and the thing is, he's losing his mind. You know, it's causing. It's probably this 9 of Swords are his PR people who have to try and spin this thing, right? And it's just, it's the Moon card is the cross. He's losing his mind. He's like a 7-year-old, and he's got to win at everything. And so, you know, you got to cheat for him. Underneath it is the emperor because he's the king. You have to do what I tell you. That must be some of the hardest jobs out there, is to defend this man with a straight face. In the past, you had the Nine of Pentacles. Hey, wealthy person enjoying all the finer things of life at the golf course. Has the turbocharged golf cart so he could get out in front of his the people he's playing with, so he can get to his ball first and improve the lie of the ball. The other nickname they gave him at his Trump golf courses in the States is Pele, because every time he'd go up there, and he was infamous for kicking the ball into a better lie on the golf course. So they called him Pele. So take your choice. Current energy is a white cat who wants to join the reading. Well, hello. How are you? Hey, punk. Today's this is the right time for a neck scratch, huh? Right? Okay. Say hi to everyone. Okay. Hey, are you going to help me with the reading? No. Grooming is not helping me with the reading. Okay, punk, why don't you hit the road here, pal? I'll get you some treats. What do you say? All right. Okay, so he just wanted to make a cameo appearance. Current energy is a Three of Swords. Man, this is turning into a Trump health reading. In the past, he was enjoying the finer things of life. Everything was going his way. Current energy is Three of Swords. His mental, emotional, and physical health are all deteriorating in front of us. Overarching energy is a Page of Pentacles. They're trying whatever they can. So I'm switching this reading up. We're reading health now. Page of Pentacles are doing what they can to keep him as, coming up with new ideas, new things to kind of treat him and try and keep him young and spry. The lesson to be learned is you really need a vacation. Four of Swords, you need to relax and you need to take some time down. Although, frankly, how hard is your job when I was reading this article, he spent 25% of his second term presidency on the golf course, on the links. I guess it must be hard. Ruining people's lives on a daily basis must take it out of you, and he's got to go hit the golf course, right? Okay, so you got the Four of Swords as the lesson to be learned. You really need a vacation. And the outcome is the Three of Wands. So this is kind of waiting for your ship to come in, looking out to the future, seeing actions that are coming in the future. I'm not entirely sure how to interpret that. What's coming in the future? Oh, tower moment. How soon is that tower moment going to happen? Okay, you got the Queen of Swords. The truth will be out there. You got the Fool, and a new journey will begin. Because when I first saw this, I was thinking like three months, which would put us into late October, early November, which kind of times in with what Libby was saying. And then there was someone in the comments section. Actually, I took a screenshot of it because sometimes when you guys put predictions out there, I save them to see how if those really come through. Yeah, so Janice Bradford was saying that she keeps getting visions or messaging, if you will, that September 21st he goes down and October 13th he's gone. So maybe maybe it's not 3 months, maybe it's just 3 weeks. Let's see. So we're in July, August, September, October. It could be 3 months. Yeah. So, but there's gonna be a tower moment, and the truth will be out there that you can't deny, and we'll be on a new journey, a different path. That's interesting. I was not expecting to be doing a health reading today. So it's a shame Dave isn't here, because he'd be yelling at me for conning him into a health reading. All right. The other thing I want to look at is what's going on the West Coast in the it's not just the West Coast, but in the United States on farming. There was a big article about the farmers are starting to get very upset with Trump's policies on these immigration policies on these raids, because these raids are really hitting the farming industry hard. And Trump suspended it back in June briefly, but then they reversed the decision. Basically, Tom Holman says there's not going to be any amnesty for anyone, whether they work on our farm or not. We want to work on policy change. Okay, that sounds good, except that, how many decades have we been going along without any policy being generated, any legislation by Congress to protect these people that are working the agricultural industry? They've been doing it for decades, and nothing's happened. So I don't know what sort of policy Tom Holman thinks that we're going to come up with in the next 48 hours or so. We're the food is growing in the fields right now. It needs to be picked. As a matter of fact, in the article I was reading, it was a USA Today article. It was this person in Washington who was a Trump supporter was really upset because they grow cherries, and apparently cherries, you have to pick them within a really tight window, like a matter of days. Otherwise, they get too soft and you can't really bring them to market. And they were having trouble finding people to show up to pick these cherries off the trees because the ICE agents are coming in and arresting everyone. And then we did a reading earlier where there was a Gallup poll, which basically said 79% of the people surveyed said that they thought immigration was a good thing. And only 35% of the people polled thought Trump was doing a good job with handling immigration and the undocumented workers. And then there was a dairy farmer that was quoted. He was basically saying how, he can't find local people to work on the dairy farm because pretty much everyone that I hire is from Mexico because that's the people that are willing to do the work. And he had a really good quote, and I wanted to share that. Now, he wasn't a Trump voter. He was not a Trump supporter. He's kind of in the minority because a lot of the farmers in the rural areas are deep red Trump supporters. When I was driving my daughter down to Long Beach, I was going down Highway 5, man, and the Trump flags and the Trump signs were out loud and proud in the rural agricultural part of California. But he had this great quote. He said, we've built an economy that relies on people. And in people, he's talking about the undocumented workers. But we have a public policy that demonizes them. And that's true. That's 100% true. That, we need these people. They're the ones that are willing to do this back-breaking work that most people don't want to do. And Trump's out there vilifying him. And I know I'm preaching to the choir that you guys aren't the ones that need to hear this. But it's so frustrating because it's so obvious. And he wraps it up with saying, the solution is stupid simple. Accept the realities of farm labor, hand out more work visas, and create a pathway to vet long-time workers who need legal work permits. Yeah, in other words, find a way to give them a path to citizenship. And, Trump, I'm not going to say in his defense, Trump has stressed the importance of farm labor, but this is what he said. We're looking for ways for farm workers to be here legally so they can pay taxes and everything. You just got to love the compassion that oozes out of that man's pores. Yeah, so they can pay taxes and everything. I hate to break the news to you, Donald, but they do pay taxes. They might not pay federal tax, but they're sure as hell paying sales tax. Everything they're buying, they're paying taxes on. They might not be paying Social Security tax, but they're not getting Social Security either. It's once again, Congress has been not addressing this problem for decades, and it needs to be addressed. Okay, so we got that. So let's take a look at the energy around ICE raids and the undocumented workers. Are we at a turning point yet with this? Are cooler heads going to prevail? Is Congress going to actually do something? So let's take a look at the energy. Is Congress going to do something for these undocumented workers to give them a path to citizenship? All right, let's bring it down. Boop. No, there's my keyboard again. Don't you like that? It's so fancy. I got to get used. Dave got me a computer stand. I'm so used to my box of crackers. Okay. All right, so foundation of the reading is the Tower, breaking down the status quo, breaking down the old ways of doing things. The challenge is, but we're also breaking up families. We are destroying the happy family situation. The 10 of Cups. We all used to get along so well. But to this that dairy farmer's point, we're vilifying these people, but we need their help. There's nothing that says class and grace by insulting and attacking the people that are there to help you, that are willing to do the crappy work for you. It's not a good thing, right? Okay, energy underneath it. Ten of Swords. Okay, great card. Okay, so this means we're coming. Ten of Swords means you're coming to the end of a cycle. They've done everything they can hurt you. They can't hurt you anymore. This phase is over. So that's, since we're looking at the energy around this, are we done with this? Yes, we are done. The attacks, the ICE attacks, we have hit the peak and it's going to start retreating at this point, at least the way I'm interpreting this. In the past, you had the King of Swords. The truth of the matter, like this dairy farmer was saying, is you need these workers. You just have to accept the fact that we've built an economy around these workers, and we need to give them a path to citizenship, a path to be here legally. Current energy is the Nine of Cups. How do I want to interpret the Nine of Cups? I mean, this is supposed to be such a great card, right? And every time I see it, I see it as a negative card. This is hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. So let's keep it positive. If we're looking at the energy is that maybe there's a solution coming forward. Conversely, it could just be, this is Tom Holman and his ilk that are just happy as hell about what's going on with the ICE agents getting rid of all the brown people, which unfortunately it seems to fit more. Overarching energy is the King of Wands. We need to start taking bold actions. The truth is out there. People are enjoying what's happening, but we need to fight back. We need to take some actions. The lesson to be learned is the Four of Swords. You should probably think about these policies before you implement them, because food and dairy prices are probably going to go up because the food is rotting, is going to over-ripen in the field. It won't make it to the market. The dairy farmers, these cows, they need to be tended to daily. And if the workers don't show up, you can't just put it on hold for 2 weeks. Bad things are going to happen. Outcome is the King of Pentacles. This is all about money. People, the people with the money making the calls. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this. I think the Ten of Cups or the Nine of Cups is just simply MAGA and the Project 2025 people just getting their way, taking their actions. They should have thought about it, but you know what? We're rich and we have power, and this is what we're gonna do. I think basically. It's not going to get worse, but I'm not getting a feeling that we've turned a corner at this point, unfortunately. I was really kind of hoping that I'd get something more positive out of that. But hey, I've been wrong in the past. I could be wrong on this one. And I certainly hope I am. Let's take a look at this 3 months from now. So 3 months from now, how is it going to look? How is the undocumented workers, this immigration policy, how is this looking 3 months from now? Entertainment purposes only. Let's take a look. We'll do a little four-carder. is it gonna be a lot better 3 months from now? Okay, Hierophant, government taking actions. You've got the Four of Wands, celebrations, people coming together. Ten of Pentacles, the Legacy card. Looking at the old and current generations and the future generations. Nine of Swords, the anxiety and the nightmare. And then underneath the Page of Wands, a new messaging coming forth. Okay, so what do we got? We got the government taking actions. People are celebrating these actions. It's creating anxiety amongst the workers and the people that are sympathetic to them. And it's all part of Trump's legacy. So this is kind of what's currently happening. The energy underneath it is you got a Page of Wands, but there's new messaging coming forward. What is that new messaging? Let's just set this to the side. Let's just keep going. What's the new messaging mean? That the sun's coming out. The truth is out there, and good things are going to happen. There's going to be a victory. The Page of Cups, it's going to be creative or somewhat crazy, but we're going to develop some new relationships. And underneath it, and the American people will be supporting it. So it looks like in 3 months, things are going to be a lot better. And I certainly hope that's the case. And maybe it's that Page of Cups is we're going to address this MAGA crazy. The Cups isn't necessarily a bad card. It's usually, someone is kind of creative, just because we've been using this MAGA so long. It's just something a little more lighthearted, although I don't know how that would possibly fit in this reading. So anyways, that's what we got. Looks like in 3 months things are going to be a lot better with that. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate that. If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell, and we'll wake you up at midnight with a new video like this one. And I'm just going to give one shout out today. Actually, you know what? I can give some shout outs. We did some shout outs on the videos that I had, that we had recorded without sound, but of course the shout outs are, so let me re-shout out some people. Maureen O'Brien, who made a very kind contribution to the channel. Thank you so much, Maureen. And you get the full card. It's a new journey, a new day, a new beginning for you there. Thanks, Maureen. I truly appreciate it. Carolyn Garza made a nice contribution, just like Maureen did. Thank you so much. Chariot, another major arcana. Just keep moving forward there, Carolyn. Appreciate it. And then I'm going to call this Kentucky Bell. It's KY Bell. So thank you so much for your very generous contribution, Dave, and I truly appreciate that. Oh, Eight of Swords. Yeah, don't let them tie you up. You can find a way out. Just take off the chains that bind you. And then, let's see. And then Linda Lancaster. Linda from Virginia. Hey, Linda from Virginia. And she made a very, very generous donation, and we appreciate that. You got the Two of Swords. You had a choice. Thank you for supporting us, Dave, and I truly appreciate that. I'm hoping you meant that donation just for me so I could buy additional beer with that. And a card for the rest of us. Take it right up here. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to give it to you. It's the Death card. This is the end of the cycle. That they can't harm. That basically, it's kind of like that Ten of Swords. They can't harm you anymore. This is the end of the cycle. We are now. The worst is behind us, and now it's time for us to. We're going to slowly start gaining some altitude. So, fingers crossed. I'll talk to you later. Take care, folks. Bye. You don't think I'm really going to leave you with the Death card, right? Double secret card. Oh my God. Nope, I'm just going to leave it with that one. It doesn't get better. It's the Devil card. Don't get chained to the bad news. Let's put an end to that bad news. And then we got the Seven of Pentacles. Let's look to the future and the good things that we have coming towards us. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'll maybe take the top card. Yeah, Judgment card. Here we go. God, I hit all sorts of major arcana. You know, what's going to happen is we're going to need to stand up and show what we believe in and what we're standing up for. So we've got some actions. It's not going to just land in our laps, folks. We're going to have to work for it. It's coming. It's the tide is changing. That's kind of what I'm getting with these final cards. But there's going to be some wand energy. We need to take actions. It's not just going to land on us. So anyways, take care.